So you think he had his home raided because he didn't publish his tax returns, make them public?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's complete bullshit.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Does the FBI raiding Donald Trump's home set a bad precedent? Today I'm in Huntington Beach, California to get people's initial thoughts. Let's go talk to some people. Huge shout out to our friends over at Undertac for sponsoring this video. Does the FBI raiding Trump's home set a bad precedent? Yes or no?
No.
No?
From the coverage we've seen in the UK, absolutely not.
The FBI raiding Trump's home, is that? We don't know.
I'm very dense to a lot of material, I'm sorry.
What do you think?
Horrible precedent. Yeah, it's never happened.
Definitely. Oh, are you kidding me?
I don't know, I'm pretty in the middle on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I just try to stay neutral because everything's become so political and so aggressive with each other, so I just try to see both sides.
Why do you think no?
Why do I have to answer that question? Everyone's entitled to, if there's a reason and a cause, why not?
Why do you say no?
I think that if they have good reason, they should be able to raid. If they have a warrant, they should be able to raid anybody's home.
Do you suspect he'll actually have charges brought against him?
He's not above the law.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Held accountable for anything he's done. That could be a crime, right? Doesn't matter.
What do you guys think that is?
That I don't know.
Well, he took classified documents with him when he left the White House.
Our impression from the UK is that they're kind of looking for opportunities to find ways to, do you call it indict, to charge? And this is just another way of trying to explore that avenue. So we've seen in the UK that they've tried lots of other different legal avenues that haven't kind of gone very far. So we see it as maybe that's what this avenue is about.
So you think it's a good thing that they're doing it?
Yeah, we do in the UK.
So just keep doing it until they find something?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do.
Right on.
Well, you had all of the Hillary stuff. She didn't get indicted. They didn't raid her. All of the information that he had was, presumably declassified. There were many ways that they were working with him, with his attorneys, to get those documents.
So you think that they could have just done a subpoena if they wanted something?
Absolutely. There's 100 different ways instead of raiding. I feel as like for theatrical purposes, they did that. Very unnecessary.
Trump can do whatever he wants with these documents. The second he takes them, they're declassified. He doesn't need to sign a document. He doesn't need to do anything. The Supreme Court has declared that.
My brother's actually an FBI agent. I am an ex-Marine Corps officer, grew up here in Huntington Beach, and the FBI's reputation has really continued to get worse and worse and worse, really ever since Trump was initially made president.
They got nothing. Trump hasn't done anything wrong. They're trying to frame him. It's so obvious.
Has this...
The Russian hoax, they've proven that was a huge hoax created by Hillary. Where did Hillary get in trouble?
What do you think the reason was? What do you think?
He had supposedly classified information that he's taken from the White House that he shouldn't have taken.
The president has the authority to declassify anything as soon as he leaves the White House.
Which he did really quickly without going through the proper channel.
Could they have subpoenaed that information instead of raiding his home, like they did in spring?
Probably could be, but...
So why do you think they raided the home, though? That's kind of the question.
There's probable cause, right? That he's potentially... I don't know what's in the subpoena, right? So there's probably information supposedly about nuclear secrets that he should not have. So I'm only listening from what the press has.
So do you think he stole nuclear secrets?
Where's this going?
YouTube.
Oh, no.
All right, you guys, let's talk about today's sponsor. Too many of us are wearing some old dude's underwear. All right, you guys, let's take a quick second to talk about today's sponsor. Too many of us are wearing some old dude's name on our underwear, and if you think about it, that is objectively weird. Stop that. Thankfully, there's Undertac underwear. Originally designed for special forces operators in dangerous environments, these are quite literally the ultimate pair of underwear. They're made with high quality material that's antibacterial, moisture wicking, and will have you feeling cool, comfortable, and dry all day long. Oh, and they even have a little escape and evasion pocket which can store money or any other small items. And here's the best part, they're almost 30% less than the competition. I've been loving wearing these, and I know you guys will too. Ditch your old underwear and start buying from a patriotic company like Undertac. Visit getundertac.com, that's getundertac.com. They're giving all my subscribers a 20% discount site-wide with the offer code KLUG20. And if this isn't enough, Undertac donates a portion of its profits to veteran-run organizations that are actively fighting human trafficking. Undertac.com, that's getundertac.com, offer code KLUG20. Let's get back into it. On the search warrant, it basically brought up any and all documents if I'm going to generalize here, any and all documents from 2017, January 20 to January 20, 2021, his entire presidency, okay, do you see it as more of a fishing expedition?
Absolutely, especially for the January 6th committee. I think that's all it is. I think they're just looking for, when you look at everything that they try to get Trump on with the Russian hoax, the 2 impeachments, and now this. It's like, what's next? I mean, it feels like from the day that he became president, they have been working overtime to find something on him. And weaponizing the FBI the way they have is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there's so many other crimes out there that they can really be using our money towards, but instead they're doing back on Trump.
One of the guys who raided Trump's Mar-a-Lago place is being investigated by Durham for the Russian hoax.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys who raided it. The corruption in D.C. is massive.
I mean, we're talking to people that are basically saying, keep investigating Donald Trump until you find something. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's complete bullshit. I didn't vote for Trump, and I hope he doesn't run again. I'm a pretty liberal guy, even though I served in the Marine Corps for a long time.
You're a liberal guy?
I am a liberal guy.
Okay.
And when I say liberal, I don't mean Democrat. We need more rights. Those rights need to be guaranteed. There need to be people like the FBI protecting those rights, and right now they're basically just pawns of someone much more powerful.
Do you trust the FBI?
I think the whole system's corrupt.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I would like to think I trust them. My wife doesn't trust anything about government at all. Even those home cook tests, she'd throw them away because she's afraid they're going to give you instead of test you for it.
For the most part, I would say yeah. I also want to go into law enforcement, so I don't know. So I'm kind of just like in between, but you have to see the other side of the coin. So if it was somebody else, would they do the same thing?
Do you think that they would?
I would say no, honestly.
Does the FBI raiding Trump's home set a bad precedent? What do you think?
Absolutely.
If they don't find anything meaningful, absolutely. It's an overreach.
No. You don't think so?
No, absolutely not. No one should be immune to justifiable, legitimate investigation.
Trump's a criminal. I mean, since great president.
No.
Why do you say no?
I think it's a good idea. That's all.
They should do more. Should be lawfully to do whatever they need to do.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
Because he didn't prove his tax returns for his whole presidency.
It should be fair, but I would love to see him in jail.
What would you like to see him in jail for, in your opinion?
Everything he did.
Everything?
Whatever he's guilty of.
What do you?
I don't want to get into
What would you like to see him charged with? Would you say?
Stop.
No.
No, sorry.
Okay. Bye. So you think he had his home raided because he didn't publish his tax returns, make them public?
Yes.
I think he deserves it.
And why do you think he deserves it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm getting shy.
What would you like to see him charged with?
Well,
What would you like to see him
I
charged
don't know
with?
about the details, but in principle, I haven't got a problem with someone like Trump, an ex-president, being investigated. But I'm afraid I don't know about the details. So
I guess the big question for Americans today, because nobody's seen the affidavit yet, and so we're getting initial thoughts.
Yeah.
What if it's a little bit loose?
Well, there's a fine line there between loose and secret. Sometimes things need to be secret for state reasons. We understand that.
I don't think he deserves it, but at the same time, it's like he has been really low-key about a lot of the stuff. So I'm just like
Very sus.
Yeah, he's really sus.
Raid the house because sus.
We got that, and we're quite a liberal country in the UK. We understand that sometimes things are beyond disclosure.
Would you like to see Trump charged?
Would I?
Yeah.
I don't know really. Yes.
It's the man, once again, coming down and railing on other people.
People have pointed to the FBI forging FISA documents in order to investigate Trump. Does that hurt your kind of trust with the FBI, that happening?
It
Trump,
does
Russia,
me, and the
probe.
fact that they're very selective in what they investigate. I mean, what about Hillary Clinton destroying, her server and her phone, and Hunter Biden with his ties to China? I mean, it just seemed very selective justice.
That ended up, being based off a document that was forged. People today are talking about losing trust in the FBI, and that's why they don't trust that something good is happening here. Do you think that's reasonable, or do you not think that's reasonable?
Reasonable.
Reasonable?
Yeah.
In the end, you got an FBI and a DOJ that's had some really suspect calls and a lot of different other controversies. probably you can list 10 people right now off the top of the head who should have gotten raided prior to the former president of the United States of America. So yeah, I think it's a terrible precedent for this country.
And then in your opinion, what do you think they're looking for?
Misconduct. Yeah.
Hunter Biden knowingly lied on an application to secure a firearm. That's a felony. And I'm
4473 form, unless I'm
Yeah.
getting that reversed.
And so I'm waiting for Merrick Garland or Ray to send somebody to arrest him. The reason why he doesn't get arrested is because Daddy is president. Again, I rail against authority. The man is in the office, so the man's kid, nothing happens to him.
They had probably 6 other ways that they already had started to get the information that he wanted. And then to go into his house and tell them that they had to turn off all the video cameras definitely tells you there's something shady going on. Makes you want to wonder whether they're going to plant documents there. Nobody could be around them when they were doing it. And they were in there for 9 hours. 9 hours. And then they drive up with police cars, sirens blaring, and all this stuff. None of that's necessary. The man said already 6 months ago, anything you want, come in and take it. They told them to lock the vault up, put another lock on it. Trump complied. Everything he's done, he's complied in. So the raid was totally unnecessary. And anytime you want to make somebody look bad, you will go to their house blaring sirens and make a big deal about it and make them look bad, so the other media will report the speculations rather than the facts that they don't have yet.
Why do you think they're doing this?
It's all political, just to keep it from running again. They're afraid that he's going to win.
Do you think that the FBI raiding Trump's home set a bad precedent? What do you think, yes or no?
Possibly.
Possibly? Why do you think so? Just getting people's initial thoughts here.
I think, well, I didn't follow it super closely, but I think I maybe get a subpoena is what it is first. I don't know. I think it's the first time it's ever happened to a president, right?
That's one of the big questions that a lot of people have asked is, Trump was subpoenaed in the spring for documents. They worked with the FBI on those. People were asking why not just another subpoena if they wanted more documents instead of a full-on FBI raid on his home. Is that a reasonable question, do you think? Or
Yeah,
no?
I think it's reasonable. Absolutely. I mean, I don't have strong feelings on it, but I do think it's a reasonable question. So, yeah.
A big thing that's been brought up is if it was some sort of politically motivated action there, right? The political motivation is where there's smoke, there's fire. Where the general population sees that, right? Why is your home being raided? What's going on here? We won't know that till we see the information about, and that might even come out at the time of this video being released, but we won't know until the affidavit's released. We do have the warrant, a copy of the warrant, and it's very general.
Very general.
It just gives us less information than I think most people wanted to know.
Well, if somebody came into your house and they were specifically looking for something, they would say, I want this document, this document, this document. This all raises the speculation factor that they want.
And that's clearly laid out in the Fourth Amendment where it describes the actions of a warrant. Obviously, the Founding Fathers did not want just a fishing expedition when it comes to warrants in your household.
Is exactly what they did.
Left is panicked. They're panicked that he's onto something, and that's my feeling is that they're doing anything in their power, including, raiding his home and trying to arrest him and come up with something to keep him from running again.
Has this action motivated you more to show up to the polls regardless of who's running, whether it be DeSantis or Trump?
Yeah, I think it has, of course, because you feel like you need to stick up and fight for the guy.
Sure has got my wife turned up a lot. Yeah, she's really...
Well, if Mama Bear's pissed, then the whole household's pissed. Is that correct?
Well, my wife's a conspiracy nut anyway, so...
Is this motivating you more or less?
He's clinched it. He's clinched it for me and a lot of people that are don't even really like him. I think he's picked up a bunch of people in the middle.
It's really, at the end of the day, Biden going after his political enemies, and his chief enemy is the guy who's going to run against him in 2024, which is Trump. It's a stunt. Now, will they if they find something of substance, okay, I'll change my mind. I'm thinking pretty much they won't.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. So we're definitely going to do a follow-up video as more information gets released, but let me know what you guys thought about what people said in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next time we post. We'll see you guys next time.